Damian from the Meet Damian stream. You guys can kind of see my living room in the background here. But I'm doing a bull versus bear debate with Porky on TikTok. And for my YouTube guys, we're trying to have you guys participate in this as well. Let me just go ahead and flip the camera so you can see Porky's mugshot here. And there you go. There's Porky right there. Okay. Hello, hello. Say hello to them. So I guess I can leave this here for now, and then if they want to see me, they can see me. But we're gonna try and do this bull versus bear debate here as best as we can. We kind of going off to a late start, only because we're trying to figure out the TikTok stuff and how to collab on there, and we finally made it happen. But bless our hearts for being rookies over here. We're just making rookie mistakes.
Of all time, but I'll tell you, it's well worthwhile now.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to watch. Have in the background here that on my TV. I like to look at the stream and see how it looks like. Let me just go ahead and do that real quick. Porky, why don't you give an introduction to yourself? What do you do, and how do you how did you get involved in day trading and that kind of stuff? Give like a little introduction to the audience here.
What's up, everybody? Porky Flounder here. Thanks to COVID, our lives changed dramatically. I got a little bit deeper into the day trading world because I had so many hours to stare at a screen. But reality, I jumped into crypto and stocks and everything back in, 2016, and then crypto big time was about 6 years ago, and then I got to ride out the entire movement of the last bull run, going to the bear market, everything like that, and this market fascinated me the most, mainly because the volatility was the greatest. So then, day trading wise, I've been day trading and becoming profitable. It's been like 3 years now, maybe 2 years. It's one or the other, 1 to 2 years. But yeah, affiliated with multiple streams. I still have my day job, still a personal trainer. I also play rugby for fun. But yeah, that's mainly it. This entire space seems like a great opportunity just to build new wealth and watch the financial system as a whole change. And that keeps me interested every day.
All right, now I'll kind of give off my my story here is that I got involved in crypto in 2017. I bought Bitcoin for the first time when it was at $3,000 a coin. I actually bought an entire Bitcoin, believe it or not. And I got involved in buying Ethereum when it was like $200 back in 2017. And this is because my buddy told me about Bitcoin in 2016. He said, you should really take a look into this and take this serious. First time I ever saw Bitcoin was, or anything Bitcoin related, was a Bitcoin ATM machine at a hotel that I went to with my little brother, and he actually knew what Bitcoin was. I said, "What the hell is this Bitcoin ATM?" And I didn't know what it was, and he said, "Oh, that's for like drug dealers and terrorists and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, kind of makes sense because the hotel that we were staying at was kind of seedy already, so." It made sense to me that would be where shady people would do their business at. And then my buddy in 2016 was like, no, you got to take this serious. Bitcoin's about to hit $1,000. And I started paying attention to it, and it went from 1,000 to 2,000 and then 2,000 to 3,000. I was like, all right, well, this is a serious way to make some money here, so why don't I get involved? And I bought my first Bitcoin in 2017 for like $3,000 a coin. And then I know like you're supposed to diversify, so I also bought Ethereum too. And yeah, that's when I got invested in it. But then I started day trading in like 2018 with Bitcoin, and there wasn't really that much for choices back then. And then all of a sudden you started seeing these exchanges putting up all kinds of coins up. So day trade, I made my mistakes back in the day. Hopefully I try to avoid making those kind of mistakes, these days, with my day trading. But yeah, I think, in the beginning, most day traders, they're going to end up blowing up an account at least once as part of their trader's journey. And I've done that already with less money than what I have right now to play around with. So, you can always, refund the account and get back into it again. So, if someone ever blows up their account, don't take it to heart, because, even I've done it before, and I could just tell you, how to avoid making those kind of mistakes.
Oh, that's just called paying tuition. That's fine.
Yeah, it's part of the education. You're paying tuition to learn how to be a day trader. Damn, TikTok. I'm looking at TikTok. That TikTok is not really. They restricted you and they restricted me because we were both trying to figure this out, and I guess we were boring people, and they decided to restrict our content here.
I think the bad part is also we can't, like, it doesn't save. It just goes away.
It doesn't. What? Say that again.
Like the live, it doesn't save anything. It disappears into the ether as soon as you turn off the live. It's like, well, that's over.
Well, that's why we're going to, that's why I'm doing this on YouTube here. So that way, this will be saved on YouTube, and we can watch the replay of this later. But yeah. So what we were gonna do today, guys, was we were gonna talk about Bitcoin and why I'm bearish on Bitcoin and why Porky over here next to me is still a bull and still bullish on Bitcoin. So I think what we'll do is we'll let Porky give out his his opinion as to why he's bullish, and then I'll give you guys my bearish points that I want to point out here. And since I have this on TikTok a lot studio, I'll try to show this on the chart here. Ooh, what is this? Volume is what was that, Porky?
That got a little wild right there.
That did get wild, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
I accidentally switched over to my TikTok on the web page and it was on my live.
Okay. So I see one of my regular viewers here, Jay, is in the chat, and Jay is asking, what are we doing here? And Jay, we are talking with another streamer who talks about crypto and stocks as well, and that's Porky. Porky, want to just wave to everybody here?
What's
there you
up,
go.
Everybody?
That's up.
Pork guy.
Yeah, PorkyFlounder65. He has a YouTube channel. Let me see if I can just show this to my guys real quick here. So you guys all know me, meet Damian here on YouTube, but there's also another YouTuber here, and that's PorkyFlounder. I'm just gonna pull up his channel real quick here so you guys can follow along.
Terrible content. You'll hate it. Don't even come by.
He's his own best critic here. And Porky, he's got about 1,600 subscribers here on YouTube. And he does videos. He was going live like almost every day and every night, at least, 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern time. And what ended up happening is I guess he, football and all the things, and then his kids kind of tying him down. But I think he's still doing like live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? You want to just give a quick shout out, let people know what's going on.
Friday, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, some Sundays, depending on if the market's doing anything. I guess later I have to go live because the market's falling and there's going to be panic in the world and they all need to know why we're still bullish. Because, that's what it is.
But anyways,
with rugby season starting up, that really tied me up. And then the kids on top of that, it just turned into a lot. So re-jiggering my balance here.
Gotcha. So Porky, I'm gonna try to go on the charts here. Maybe you can go on the charts yourself, and then you can show us, whether are you gonna go on the daily or the weekly time frame, and what do you want to show us as to why you're bullish here on Bitcoin?
The weekly time.
All right, so we're gonna go into the weekly chart here, guys. I'm gonna show this on my YouTube for my YouTube guys here. And we are looking at Bitcoin on the weekly. You say you want to look at Bitcoin on the weekly?
Yeah.
And what kind of indicator do you want us to look at?
So all we need is the RSI, as well as the stochastic RSI.
All right, so I'll go into my regular indicators here that I use, back in the day. I got
Yeah.
the MACD, stochastic, and the regular RSI here, and I'm gonna try to follow along with you as to why you're still bullish here on Bitcoin. So we see that Bitcoin currently is trading at 86,487, and I'll let you take the mic here, Porky.
All right. Hold up your screen in the background. So, main thing I want you to notice is previous pullback and the more recent pullback with the wick low. If you can draw a line connecting those two, that would be fantastic.
So you're talking about back here in November when Bitcoin dropped to 80,500?
The first drop, I'm talking about back in March of 2025.
Okay,
So
March.
connect that wick to the November wick.
All right, so I actually see the lowest wick here is this is April 7th when Bitcoin dropped to 74K. You want to connect there?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
April.
I believe it was
April.
yeah, I believe it was April. Yeah, first week of April, and then connected to the November low here. And let me just get rid of the moving averages here real quick. But what Porky is showing here, guys, is that we are still making higher lows here on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, and that's keeping the hope alive for the bulls. I believe that's what Porky's alluding to here. I'll let you have the mic again.
Yes. And then if we go out and we look back at the RSI, now with the RSI at those exact same 2 points, you're seeing hidden bullish divergence.
Okay, so let me just show this to my viewers here. What Porky is also trying to point out is that we have a relatively low RSI here back in like March and April, but then we're making an even lower RSI here in like the November time frame. And what Porky is trying to point out here is that we have, for the traders out there, they know this is actually hidden bullish divergence, which, for those who don't know, it just shows that that the selling pressure right now is a lot more extreme than it was back here in April. However, the sellers weren't able to push the price down lower than what we did here in April. So they tried their hardest and darnest to push the price down, but they couldn't. And that is showing hidden bullish divergence, which normally leads to a bounce up in price. I think that's what Porky's alluding to here.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to your bullish thesis here?
Well, in about an hour and 11 minutes, one of my biggest bullish indicators is about to get canceled out. So, there's that.
Okay. And what would that be?
There's a nice trend line starting from back in September of 2023 that we are bouncing off of. If we just take it straight on up, connecting the wicks, we are currently on top of it, but in the next hour, the bulls really need to show up so we don't invalidate it or do a fake out to the downside.
So what price point would that be?
So the price point I'm pointing out at the beginning of this trend is all the way down at 25,206. And then you can connect it right at the wick low on August 5th of 2024. And if you zoom out that far, you'll notice we've been respecting that uptrend this whole time.
So you're talking about a very long-term uptrend is what you're trying to hold on to here.
Yes.
It seems like we could still
hidden bullish.
We could still go down further without actually hitting that trend line. How much further down do we have to go to violate that trend line, you think?
Wait, what chart are you on? On the Binance chart, we're already violating it right now. Are you on...
I'm on Binance weekly chart. And I try to draw that long-term.
Real quick.
Say again?
Go down low. Oh, no, you got to go lower. So it's not that previous wick that you just held. It's the consolidation right below it that you would draw your uptrend there.
Okay, I would probably have to see it on your end if you were able to show it to us. But
you drew it is just another trend line that works. But
yeah,
yeah, we're holding on to that. The one I drew, it was just a bit deeper in that consolidation range, just below that have at the bottom of your trend.
Okay.
But it's okay.
I'm gonna try to put out the
It's absolutely insane.
well, I just see that one person just showed up here on TikTok. Mario. Hey Mario. And then Mario just disappeared. Man, I feel like we really messed ourselves up by, not being interesting in the beginning here on TikTok, because TikTok is restricting both me and you. But I see Mario just said hello, but now I see you, Mario, in the TikTok live stream here. We're having a little bit of trouble getting people to show up here on TikTok because oh, look at this, join my angle. We're having a little trouble here because I guess when we started the stream, we were both trying to figure things out here, so we weren't really talking, and we were trying to like click buttons here on the computer. And TikTok's like, oh, these guys are boring, and then they restricted our content here on TikTok. They do that here on TikTok.
Doing us dirty, left and right.
They do us dirty, yeah. If we're not like, shaking our butts or whatever, doing some entertaining stuff here and playing video games, and they're like, yeah, these guys are boring. Let's not send people over there. Oh, okay. Mario says his account's private. That's why we don't see him. Oh, you over here incognito mode here, Mario, huh? Hey, Mario, do you mind sharing this live stream to anybody that you can? Maybe we, once TikTok knows that, people are sharing this and liking it, they'll start sending more people this way. It's just that I guess we were just boring people by not saying anything and clicking buttons on the computer here. But anyways, let me send a shout out to my guys here on Discord. Let them know that we're doing a YouTube stream and a TikTok stream. So let me just let them know that.
I can figure out how to turn the sound off. Can I mute the tab? Of course not.
So Porky, is that the only thing that is keeping you bullish with Bitcoin? Is that trend line? There's got to be other things that gets you excited about Bitcoin, right?
When we start looking into the news and we see all that's holding back most of the big boys is the fact that they haven't figured out how to make passive income off Bitcoin yet. They're slowly getting there. As soon as that happens, we got the floodgates opened up. I mean, we have Vanguard who decided to say, we are never going to buy Bitcoin. We will not offer the spot ETFs to any of our customers. It doesn't align with any of our stuff. But now, all of a sudden, they just poured $400 million into Strategy, the largest Bitcoin buyer in the entire market. I don't know. It's looking a little bullish to me out here. They're just deciding to, oh, Michael Saylor, he can take on all of our risk. We'll just hand him the money for it, though.
So your main thing is that the big boys, the big institutions, the guys, the institutions that have a lot of money, they just haven't figured out what Bitcoin can do for them, passive income wise.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the main driver next, because they're already just buying it, taking off exchange, buying it, taking off exchange. I know we end up seeing that the BlackRock clients are deciding to offload their ETFs. Everybody keeps saying BlackRock's unloading. I don't think BlackRock's unloading. It's just their clients. But everybody else, they're figuring out ways that you can get yield off of it. And then mix this in with the idea of we're getting just banks, liquid injection straight into the bank from the feds. That's just quantitative easing with a different name. It's really all it is. So if you're going to keep deflating the dollar, then on top of that, you have China selling off the U.S. bonds to really destroy the dollar. Where are they going to go after they're done with gold? You can only buy so much gold at this point. It's going to start flowing into something else. And I'm thinking Bitcoin's going to be the wonderful beneficiary of that. And I think it's coming this year, because they're starting to tokenize assets, and it's getting wild. If you actually were looking into all the news, it's insane what they plan for this year.
I mean, you do bring up some good points, quantitative easing, lower interest rates. Those are very good points, but what I will say that goes against that is they have lowered interest rates the last few months here. And you know, they were lowering interest rates for the first time in a long time in September of last year. And they also lowered interest rates, I believe, like 3 times in 2024, which, you know, got people excited. I think that was the initial liftoff for Bitcoin to go to 120K. But we recently lowered interest rates in September, October, and I believe either November or December one more time. And what did Bitcoin do in those months? We topped out in October, and then we dropped down to 80K in November, and then December we had a slow kind of crawl back up to like, I think like 90K, and recently now we just hit 97K, but we're still making lower highs on the weekly and daily time frames here, which I'll point out to my viewers here if I can. If I can just show you guys here on the chart. For Bitcoin, if I go into the daily time frame here, guys, you'll see that Bitcoin on the chart, right, topped out in October 6th of 2025. We got up to like 126K, and then since then we've been making lower high, some more lower highs. I can't really get bullish on Bitcoin until we start making some higher highs. And the last high that I want Bitcoin to get above is this 107K level that we hit in November. You know, we did a slow crawl up to higher prices in December. In January, we got a little bit more momentum, but still, you know, here in January, we only got up to like 97,900. And in December, it was 99,000 was the high for the month. So we're still making lower highs, even though January seemed like it was going to give us a little bit of a relief rally. And now, you know, right now, Bitcoin's at 86K. So it's like, what the hell? I can't get bullish on Bitcoin until we start making higher highs again. And we can't even get higher than what we did last month. So that gives me credence to think that we're bearish and we're in a bear market if we're making lower highs here. But there's other things I can point out to on the chart, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I want to see what Porky has to say about the lower high situation going on. I'll give it back to you, Porky.
What I'm noticing in the near term is it looks like we're going for a confirmation low. I mean, with this movement today, I understand this week's huge week for any type of news. Plus, we had that ICE agent incident, so we're looking at a government shutdown at the end of the week. And I think this is just pre-market jitters, selling off anything that's risk on, and they're still looking at Bitcoin as risk on for now. All that we have to hear, White House doesn't shut down, we're going to springboard right back up and continue going to the upside. If it does shut down, maybe we have a little more turbulence for 2 weeks or something, but I don't think we're about to put in a lower low than that last wick low. I think worst case scenario, we come down, we touch 80K, and then we're off, new run to the upside. Those are my thoughts.
So you're thinking we might revisit 80K one more time and make what, like a double bottom at that area?
That's what I'm thinking, because but once again, it's institutions running the show. It's not retail. What retail does is they'll try and squeeze out every penny they can. Institutions, they're focused on profits. So if they're not profiting from Bitcoin, they're going to have to push this thing up eventually. And I'm thinking eventually is coming very soon. As you said, we've been falling since October. In stock market standards, there was your bear market. In crypto world, we think it's going to be 2 years. I don't think it's going to last that long this time.
Okay. I mean, we'll see how things play out, you know, in the next year or two. I'm of the belief as well that if we are going to get a bear market, it's not going to be as violent as the previous bear markets. We might still go down 50%. So I think, you know, we topped out at 126K. I think, you know, Bitcoin could go to like 63, 64K, somewhere in that area one more time later on this year. If we're in a bear market, I think we're in a bear market, but I know some people still think, you know, things are different with crypto, that, you know, this is normal and expected. But I'm of the belief that we could go down to 60K and then come right back up to 120K, maybe a year after that or something like that. So those are my thoughts as far as like being bearish. I don't really. I mean, I would have to look at the charts again to see what the bearish target would be. But I think, you know, last time I did look at the charts, I thought like 69K was the previous cycle all-time high. and that is also an area that we could revisit. But like, you know, 60K is another area, and I would have to pull up my VRVP indicator, but I think there's something like at like 40K as well, is another target that we could go down to.
I think we'd be in some real dire straits if we actually got down to those lows. That would, if we manage to break below 80K, I'm thinking 78K is going to be like the last stand for every single bull out there, because that's when true capitulation could start, and I don't think we're going to get below it. I really don't.
You think 70K is going to hold for us here?
I think 80K will hold.
80K.
I don't even think we're seeing 70.
Very, very hopeful, very bullish. We got to put those bull horns on you. You are very, very bullish. More bullish than me, I'll tell you that. I think we could head down to 70, 60K, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 40K at some point myself.
I'll definitely say there's few things in this market that scare me, but when I see hidden bearish divergence on the weekly, oh man, you can get me to sell off everything instantly. As soon as I see that, I'm like, oh no, because that means long squeezes are coming. But what gets me super bullish? Hidden bullish divergence. I'm just like, bring on the short squeezes. Nobody's paying attention to the lows.
So I'm just seeing right now the futures market just opened. I'm just giving an update for some guys here. I think gold just dropped like a rock or something, or at least I know PaxG just dropped like a rock right now. Whatever was going on with PaxG just got sold off. Gold right now just hit $5,000. We now have $5,000 gold. We hit $5,020 on the COMEX exchange here. Gold is making new all-time highs. So like, I'm wondering, why did PaxG just drop and stop me out? I was in a PaxG long, and I'm gonna have to probably get back in it again unless something dire looks bad on the charts here.
PaxG isn't. I tried trading PaxG a couple times. That might just be the exchange you're using. They might have a liquidity issue, and they can just stop people out easily.
Yeah, Mexi is showing that it dropped down to 5,065. Let me just go onto my weeks account here real quick and see if I can get back into my long here on PaxG, because I think PaxG is going to continue going up to higher prices here to like $5,300, and I'm going to try to get into this. So I literally got stopped out of my long just at break even to cover trading fees here, guys. I'm just going to try to re-enter that trade because I feel like that was a little bit of bullshit right there.
And futures opening up. My short I've been in on SQD, we're going up now? That's not cool. I was just in profit.
Yeah, this is some craziness. We got a big red candle here on PaxG. Well, you know what? Maybe I should let this play out for like the next few minutes, because they're probably trying to rebalance, because PaxG was trading at a premium to the actual spot price.
5,072.
Yeah, it got up to like $5,100. So maybe that was to be expected here. But let me just I'm just gonna throw in $100 into the trade. I'm not really gonna put maybe I'll put a conservative.
I'm not gonna put a stop. Bye.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need to put out a stop loss, do I? No, I should probably do that. But let's see.
I haven't paid enough tuition. That's fine. Let it ride.
You know, Weeks gave me some free money to trade with, and I didn't put a stop loss on that one. I was like, hey, this is free money, right? So if I lose it, it's not really me losing. It's me losing Weeks' money, not my money. So I'm gonna see if I can try to.
That's true.
All right, so 5,300. I'm sorry, YouTube guys. I mean, you see me go on the Weeks exchange here. I'm just trying to get back into a trade here with 40x leverage on PaxG. Have you ever traded 40x leverage with gold or PaxG? Because that's what I'm doing right now.
Try it on Weeks. I don't know. It seemed like it moved slower than the actual gold asset. I didn't quite understand it.
Damn.
I didn't like it. So
PaxG is dropping. It's at 5,050. They're really trying to push us right back to where spot price is supposed to be at. Damn. They're hammering the PaxG guys right now. They're bringing it back to like where it was on I believe. What time frame am I on? The 5-minute time frame? Oh, that's a very vicious.
Right? They gotta get their entries.
That is a very vicious red candle here on the 5 minute. I'm gonna go into the 1 hour chart here. What were we trading at on Friday? I believe we were at like 5,000, right? Guys, let me see. Yeah, well, today's Sunday, the 25th, so 24th, 23rd was Friday. So let me just make adjustments here. Let me go into the big chart here.
Oh man, I'm reading your YouTube chat. It's starting to look like a lot of people are on my side when it comes to bull bear.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of your viewers now are just as bullish as you, and some of my viewers, if they're still watching me, they're open to the idea that we could be bearish. I'll put it in a nice kind format that way.
I will say, when you start trading enough, you always know it's like, I don't see it, but it could happen. It could happen. It's just, kind of like how I was looking at gold's price, November or something, and I was like, I don't know how it's going to do it, because this thing's already trading at like, $12 trillion market cap? We could see another 24% upside. And here we are.
Here we are.
5K, looking for 5,666 is the next target. It's like, whoa. Didn't know how that could happen.
All right, so I'm going to put this at my stop loss. I'm PAXG, I'm putting at 49.90, and I'm trying to get in right now at 5,055.
Will you get it?
Will I get stopped out? Will I get stopped out? Did that actually go through? I'm not seeing in the position. I'm still in a nice Bitcoin short right now. I'm up 109% on that. But like, I just clicked long, execute, open a long on PAXG, and I didn't see it show up in my positions here. Did I just do all that for nothing? Oh, damn! I put it as a limit order. That's what. Oh, I thought I did it as a market order. What the hell? Let me go ahead and redo this stuff. All right, market order. It was this amateur hour. Come on, Damian.
I mean, if anyone saw the beginning of us in this TikTok live,
they definitely knew it was amateur. They knew it was amateur hour. All right, 5,300 is what I'm targeting, and then 49.90. Because I think they might try to bring it down to 5,000, but I don't think they'll be able to push it past that. All right, open long, please. Yes. All right, there I am. I'm in a PAXG long. Damn, I'm really mad because I was actually up earlier and they stopped me out, but they stopped me out at break even with you know, a little bit of profit for the trading fees. Anyways, guys, this is Porky again on your right, and here I am on your left here. Porky is more bullish than I am on Bitcoin and crypto. And I'm of the belief that we're in a bear market already on Bitcoin. I believe 126K was the top, and we're also below the 200-day simple moving average, and that's a problem as well. And we're also below 30% on the all-time highs from where we currently are right now. So I believe those two criteria, us being down more than 30%, and then also us being down below the 200-day moving average, means that we're in a bear market in this Bitcoin asset that we're all trading. I'll give the mic back to Porky.
I say we're just in a little minor correction, bearish consolidation before we see crazy moves to the upside. Needless to say, I understand what 4-year cycle was. That was before the big boys showed up. Now, retail's out there trying to find a job. So, big boys are going to do big boy things, and way more upside, especially for this year. I'm thinking we're going to see more upside.
So that last point you just said was that, people are trying to find a job. Retail investors are having a hard time buying Bitcoin because they're trying to find a job. I think that is one of the points which leads me to believe that, this is going to be a bear market for Bitcoin until people can get those jobs that they need to pay their bills and then have a little bit extra to actually, buy some Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, just give it until after Q2. We're going to see the Fed drop those interest rates down to 0. Jobs will start coming back. Everything's going to be amazing.
What makes you think the Federal Reserve is actually going to drop interest rates in second quarter? Right now, there's a 95% chance that they're not even going to lower interest rates in January. This week, actually, is the meeting's on Wednesday.
So yeah, they don't plan on doing it this week. They're gonna try and kick that can down as far as they can until we have $8 trillion for the U.S. debt that needs to get refinanced by Q2. So as soon as they do the refinance, we can lower rates now. And yeah, banks want to make that money. They really want to make that money.
They're already making money though. The banks are already making money. Apparently, according to Donald Trump, they're making too much money because he wants to lower the interest rates on credit cards right now.
Oh yeah, but have you ever heard a bank say we made too much money?
Okay, yeah. Point taken. Point taken.
They're like, we get a refinance at higher interest rates than when we issued this $8 trillion, or I believe it's $8 trillion to the U.S. We're gonna take every chance we can. We're gonna have everybody in America cooking bologna on the stovetop before we lower these interest rates to what Donald Trump wants.
So we have Ava Medina in the YouTube chat here, and he says Powell is out of here. Is that another reason why you're bullish there, Porky?
Powell going out is one thing, but he has a very strong opportunity here because technically he could still be a part of the Fed as one of the voting members for the next 2 years. So it's like, I'm hoping he just retires and goes away. If he does that, we're clear sailing. We're good.
And
if he's mad about this indictment that Trump just did to him, it's going to be tough.
It is, yeah. Tough. Well, yeah, Powell is out of here. His term's coming up, and Trump's not going to renew it or recommend him. So we're probably going to get another guy who is more dovish, more to the bull side as far as like prices go up. So I understand that bullish argument there. We have Jay Shareem in the chat here on my YouTube stream here, and he's saying he totally agrees with you, Porky. He also sees the hidden bullish divergence as well, and I'm just catching up on the chat here. But he thinks you're spot on.
You should do a giveaway where he wins. Yeah. I heard he's tall.
Yeah. Ava Medina says that we need to make some more money to buy more Bitcoin here. So I think he's also reiterating the point that people need to either get a better paying job or another job, and we can all start buying more Bitcoin and crypto here.
Yeah, I think the worst thing that happened through COVID was either you became a lot more financially literate or you kind of just got left behind in a dog-eat-dog world out there that we went through.
In the financial news world, they were calling that the K-shaped recovery, where people were who knew how to take advantage of the deals that were to be had. The rich got richer, while unfortunately the ones who are not as rich actually became less rich.
Not only less rich, but they really got to find out, like, I thought I was broke. No, we are poor. It's like, dang. Sorry, I was watching Dave Chappelle the other day, and it was like, he made this wonderful little saying. He's like, Dad, why are we poor? He's like, son, you shut your mouth right now. Poor is a mentality. No matter how much money you ever get, and you believe that you're poor, you're always going to be poor. We are different. We're broke. There's a couple other things that need to happen, but we're going to get some money. It's fine.
MMA Esquire over here says that we are poor. He's reiterating that. Good to see you in the chat here, MMA Esquire. We're having a tough time getting some TikTok viewers here because, when we first set up the live stream, I wasn't talking, Porky wasn't talking. We were pushing buttons on the computer here, and I guess we were too boring, and TikTok said, oh, we're not going to send anybody over here. And then, yeah, you're right, M.A. Squire. The Patriots are playing right now, so that's probably another reason why people aren't watching our stream. How are they doing right now? I haven't even checked. Did they win?
Tom Brady a few years ago. They're not not doing very well.
Oh, MAA Squire said they won. They're going to the Super Bowl, right? Is that right?
What?
They
Hey,
beat the
check my phone
Broncos.
record.
He says we're going to the Super Bowl. I am a Pats fan. I'm you know, if you tell from my accent, I have a Boston accent, so I am a New England sports fan. I like Boston Bruins, the Boston Celtics, the Red Sox, and the New England Patriots. Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh, Porky's disappearing. The Bulls are leaving. Where did the Bulls go? So, guys, that's all right. What I'll do right now here, guys, I'll show you in the charts here why I am still bearish on Bitcoin. As Porky kind of disappears on us right now. But I am still bearish on Bitcoin, right? If I go back to the charts here for Bitcoin, let me pull up this chart here. But we can see like Bitcoin is already making the case for me today. You know, Bitcoin's down 3% today. So it's really hard to be bullish on a day like today when Bitcoin's down like almost $3,000. But if
Just giving you some false hope. It's okay.
but
Do that.
let me see. I want to use a different chart here, guys. If I go into the BTC Binance chart, where I have a little bit less lines on the chart here. If I throw on the moving averages here, you'll see that we're below all the moving averages here. Now, for those who follow me on TikTok and YouTube, you know anytime you're below the moving averages, you're extremely bearish. Like we're not even above the 21 EMA, which usually provides support for us. We actually lost the 21 EMA on the daily time frame. We lost that on Tuesday. And of course, you see after we lost that, we had a nice vicious red candle here on Tuesday. And then we kind of created like a bear flag this week. And now I think we're breaking out on that bear flag and heading down to lower prices here for Bitcoin. And then the other problem that Bitcoin had was this green 50-day moving average was acting as resistance here on January 14th. We came up here on January 15th, back tested it one more time, and then lost it. And we never been able to get back above the 50-day moving average. So we can even do good enough to get above the last 50 days on average here on Bitcoin. Never mind the 200-day moving average. You know, in my opinion, being below the 200-day moving average, that red line there, that's a nail in the coffin. And that nail in the coffin got sealed on the casket here back here in November. November 3rd, we lost the 200-day moving average, and we didn't even get a chance to back test it. We just kept going down, making lower highs and lower lows here. Now, we have been making higher lows here, and I think that's why Porky's a little bit bullish, is because we are still making higher lows here. But that, you know, case could get broken anytime soon now. If we start going lower than 84,500, that's going to be a problem here. And if we go lower than 80K here in November, then that's going to be a significant problem where we're definitely going to go into the 70Ks or maybe 60K. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but we'll definitely go below. We'll definitely go into 70K if we go lower than 80K. How about that? Okay, we'll hit the 7999 area. Okay, but but yeah, if we lose 80K, that's gonna. I believe Porky said that's also going to be a nail in the coffin for the Bulls too. So he's hoping that we don't go lower than 80K, but he thinks that we could do a double bottom and bounce out of that area and go up to higher prices for Bitcoin. But I'll give the mic back to Porky after I just gave my bearish points there.
Yeah, big thing right now. The only thing that's happening is these ridiculous jitters of, oh boy, we need to go risk off. But yes, I do think if we do see more downside, 80,000, that's really going to be a big deal. Lowest case scenario, 70,000, but I think we get a beautiful recovery out of that. It would be a double bottom, and that would end up signaling a brand new start to a new uptrend, and I'm A-okay with that. If you would have a much better case, in my opinion, if we already bearishly backtested the daily 200. We have not done that yet, so it's leaving the door wide open for we could blow past it and backtest it as support. But we have not bearishly backtested it yet, so I'm A-okay with whatever the bears or the manipulators and the market makers are trying to do right now. Hey, give us as much of a discount. I'm sure in the next month or two, we might look at this as one of the best buying opportunities we ever had. Because what have we been down? 6 weeks? 8 weeks? That's a long time. Hold on, we've been down bad for a while.
Yeah, I'm trying. my viewer here, M.A. and Squire, is saying he only sees me on TikTok. He doesn't even see you. That's a shame.
7.
They're not going to be able to see your mugshot here.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame, right? And I'm trying to see if I can toggle you over here. I don't know why it's not letting him. Because I see you. And you see me.
LASIK for sure if you saw my face. So this is just working out for the best.
You hear that, M.A. Esquire? He says it's for the best that you don't see him right now. Oh my God. We're still trying to figure things out here on TikTok, M.A. Esquire. And that's unfortunate that you're not able to see Porky's screen. Wait, all right, let me see.
LNE, you see us both? Perfect.
Wait.
So it's Damian's fault, so he's wrong twice today? That's crazy.
Wait, these are your TikTok guys that are talking to you? They can...
Yeah, LNE's...
Okay.
He says that he sees us both.
All right. Well, I think that's interesting. I don't know why he's not able to see us or see me.
Didn't do the most proper thing. Everybody, double tap the screen, double tap.
Yes, double tap your TikTok screen here, guys. Double tap your phone screen to send out those likes here so we can get some more people to join the live stream here. But TikTok put a restriction on us because I guess we were being boring in the beginning, and we both got restricted, and that's very hard for us to get here. All right. Yeah, M.A. Squire just says he now sees you. So I don't know what.
Okay, that's good.
So M.A. Squire, do you see why everybody starts running as fast as they can when they see Porky over here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, I just received a text message because I actually know MMA Esquire in real life here, and he sent me a screenshot just now, and that's what it's supposed to look like, MMA Esquire. We're just doing on TikTok here, me and him. I wanted to see if we could do a layout where you can see my computer screen and you can see his computer screen, but TikTok's not allowing us to do that here, so I don't know. TikTok is really messing us up because I really wanted to make this a TikTok live stream here, and they're restricting our content and they're not letting us show the screens here, and
This is good. Hey, LNE says this is good though.
All right, LNE likes it. Oh, we got some other people showing up here. I see Tariq says, "Hey, bro, what happened today, Damian?" We're still bearish, Tariq. We're still in the bear market. Porky over here doesn't think so, but we're in a bear market. And
opportunity of a generation right now.
I just showed here on the charts here, Tariq, that we had some problems here on the moving averages here, where on the 50-day moving average we got rejected here on January 14th, and then we were supposed to use the 21 EMA as support here. This white line was supposed to be support here on Monday and Tuesday, but then Tuesday is when we lost that 21 EMA. So we've been hanging out in below the 21 EMA, and now, this is a potential bear flag that we're now breaking down again one more time. They go to lower prices. So Tariq says, "Why the bleeding?" I mean, Porky.
Government shutdown.
Porky, why do you think we're actually selling off today? Why didn't we get the sell off on Friday or even yesterday? Why is it today that we're bleeding?
I think today we're seeing it because futures is opening up, number one, so that's one thing. Over the weekend, we did get some terrible news. The ICE agent shooting basically brought the predictions market into, the government's shutting down on Friday. So as soon as they think government shut down, they're like, "Oh, awesome! We sell off anything that we're afraid of." So I think there's going to be something that pops up tomorrow that they're going to calm the markets down, and we're going to see a strong recovery.
Now I understand why the Democrats. I understand why the Democrats and liberals and whatnot want to shut the government down because of what ICE is doing right now and stuff, but why do you think they want to shut the government down right now? Why do you think that's happening right now? Besides the Minneapolis thing, don't you think they would want to keep the government running?
They're getting whatever brownie points they can get right now. They're like, "We're shutting this down because we want ICE to not be funded."
So that's going to be the new reason that the Democrats are going to rally behind? Before it was just healthcare. They wanted to reform healthcare and not have people lose their healthcare or have to pay too much money on their premiums. But now it's like healthcare plus ICE, right? Now they they want to get rid of ICE.
Yeah, they're trying to go after the whole ICE thing, and now that there's an incident, from what I saw in the reports, I haven't really dug into it yet or anything, but at a glance, I saw like ICE agent fires off 10 rounds into someone they already detained, and I'm like, that's bad.
That is bad.
Whoa.
Wait, did they shoot the guy? Was the guy in handcuffs and they shot him?
So that's.
I don't even know the story. I just heard about this weekend.
Yeah. So all I heard was somebody who was already detained got 10 shots, and I'm like, whoa.
That doesn't
I'm
happen.
gonna look into that later.
That's bad.
Like, no, that's horrible. That guy's fired. That jail.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way. But then I'm also I don't know. This popped in my head because I know the military, they still get funded even though there's government shutdown.
Yeah.
Coast Guard still gets funded. I think also the post office still gets funded.
Yeah.
Does ICE?
No, I think that will affect ICE.
Okay, all right.
I think it will, because we weren't hearing about ICE, back in October and November during the government shutdown. I think they were having some problems getting their agents out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong. But there you go, Tariq. Porky just brought up the point that he thinks the government's going to get shut down because of what happened this weekend in Minnesota, and with the government shutdown, that creates more uncertainty in the market, and the markets don't like that, and that's actually good for gold, but not good for risk-on assets like Bitcoin and crypto. And I know some people try to make the case that, Bitcoin is a risk-off asset, but it hasn't been behaving like that over the years. So Bitcoin is more like a technology stock. So you can expect the technology stocks, regular stocks as well, to take a hit this week because of the government shutdown that we're probably going to be getting later on in February.
Yeah, and since they just had, was it the history's longest shutdown recently? I think markets are rightfully so selling off unless they hear there's no shutdown.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, Porky kind of just made a case for the bears that this next week or two could be bearish for Bitcoin and crypto because of government shutdown. Porky views it as a buying opportunity. I think Porky's still Porky's all right. Porky, when do you flip bearish? When do you go, all right, maybe I'm not bullish anymore? At what price point does Bitcoin have to go to?
We would have to go to 78,000 even. If we go to 78K even and we get a candle close down there, then I'll be like, all right, let's wait for the bearish back test and let's short this S. But until then, I'm very, very bullish. Anything above 78,400, I'm very bullish.
Now, what made you choose 78,400? Is there something on the chart that you saw for that level?
On the weekly, you see between 80,565 and 78,421. Those are our two weekly candle closes. So that little range right there, I'm thinking is a very strong bouncing opportunity.
Oh.
And that's also where we tapped right before.
Okay.
So if we get that double bottom down there, oh yeah, game on, baby.
So Porky is still bullish. He thinks we could get a double bottom even if Bitcoin drops where it is right now down to like 78K or 80K. He's still bullish, but I think after 78K, I think Porky starts becoming more of a bear himself. Right now, I'm more bearish on crypto, guys. I actually sold the last of my crypto this weekend. I sold my last Sui spot bag, and I am in USD coin, Tether, and cash right now as far as what's on the crypto exchanges for me.
All right, with you saying you're like out of crypto and everything,
Yep.
and you've been here for a while,
Okay.
how many people were excited that they sold all their Bitcoin?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, ever.
I mean,
People were really happy that they exited the market.
I was happy I exited the market in 2021. I sold Ethereum at $3,800, and then I saw Ethereum go down to like $1,000 a year later in 2022. So I was happy with that.
Okay.
And I had a majority of my spot bags was in Ethereum, and then I sold Bitcoin as well. I think I like 50K. I didn't get the top. I'm not perfect. Like I'm not gonna. If I said I was perfect, you guys would think I'm either lying or I don't know, delusional or something maybe. But no, I was happy with that decision because that allowed me to buy my first house. I was able to get a down payment on a house, so I was happy with that decision.
Solid.
But I could have just kept it in the market, and probably be a little bit better than I am right now. But you do have to, in order to accomplish your life goals, like buying a house or maybe paying for your college kids, for your kids' college, education or whatever, you do have to sell at some point, and you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
Like, is it now? Is it later? Is now better? I think now is better because I still think prices are going to trend down going into the summer, and then maybe we might start bouncing up from there. But that's a decision that everybody else has to make. Once again, I'll put up the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Neither is my friend Porky over here. You guys can do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. If you feel like you need some financial advice, you have to find somebody else besides me and Porky, because we are not financial advisors. We're just a couple of guys here that like talking about crypto and stocks, and we also buy crypto and stocks. And it's up to you guys if you want to listen to us or not, but we're not financial advisors, so let's just get that out there for the disclaimer.
Important disclaimer. Good
Yeah.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I want to point out, everybody over there on YouTube, go smash the likes for Damian. What are we doing over here? What?
Yeah, guys, if you can smash that like button, I appreciate that. We're over here trying to build up my YouTube following as best as we can, and for Porky is also trying to build up his TikTok following. If we could somehow mix match where my TikTok crowd goes over to Porky's TikToks and starts following him, and then maybe Porky's followers or whatever and subscribers on YouTube can come over to me and show a subscribe, then that would help. And then not just a subscribe, like I appreciate if you guys come and watch me every now and then. I think I'm a entertaining guy to watch and listen to. I got the Boston accent, parking the car next to the lobster bar and all that stuff, yeah, But I mean, if you guys don't want to subscribe and watch, then that's all on you too. I don't know how you guys made it to this stream here, this video right now, but appreciate that you guys did make it. And if you want to watch me again, that'd be great.
Yeah, this is a fun collab. So,
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again and maybe try to be a little bit more entertaining at first, so we don't get restricted by TikTok.
yeah, I'll pull out my plunger. It'll be great.
But at least TikTok knows that we did a pretty lengthy TikTok stream. It says that we've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes here. I'm not sure how much time you got left yourself here, Porky. I know you're a family man here, wife and kids.
Yeah, my wife just took the kids outside, so I think I need to figure out what they're doing. And then I gotta get ready for tonight, because I gotta actually research stuff, which that kind of sucks.
Are you going live on YouTube here or TikTok later on tonight? Or
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be live in about 4.5 hours. So.
Oh, there you guys go.
Time with the family, get some food.
If you guys here on YouTube, let me just show this in for my TikTok guys as best as I can if they're able to see it. But if you guys can go on to YouTube and check out Porky's live stream. He is going to go live later on tonight. Right, 10 p.m. Eastern time, you're thinking, or 11 p.m. Eastern time?
Yes, I think more than likely it's going to be 8 p.m. Pacific, so yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern. I know it's late for the Eastern folks out there.
He is a late night guy, but he's also from California, so that's his crowd over there. He's a West Coast guy. I am an East Coast guy, and that's why, you know, you guys see me go live earlier during the day. But yeah,
It's all this terrible weather out here. I gotta go late at night. You know, it's just
terrible weather.
so warm.
Oh, so warm. Yeah, yeah. It's not like you have to dig through 2 feet of snow to get to your car. Yeah.
I mean, we had rain the other day. I think it was like 2 inches. Devastating. Devastating.
But yeah, guys, if you could go on for the YouTube guys here, if you go to either Meet Damian or Porky Flounder, give us a like and a subscribe, and come watch our videos here. We might be doing more of these collab live streams here.
Yeah.
Maybe we make it a Sunday night kind of thing here, and yeah, go ahead and come check out the Meet Damian and Porky Flounder channel here when you guys get a chance. Let me go back to the TikTok here. So that's Porky right there with his mean mug and his headset. And then here's me, and then, you know, my phone and whatnot. You know, I always use the phone here for TikTok. Some people are like, oh, what the hell is this thing? Is this like a big giant microphone? No, this is like my iPhone right here, and this is how I usually go live on TikTok at the same time while I'm doing the YouTube live stream here. But right now, my YouTube guys are watching the live stream on my iPhone, on my phone here is how I'm going live right now. And we're doing TikTok Studio is what you guys are watching here. And that's how you see Porky on the right and me on the left over here. Oh, man. But how much more time do we got, Porky, for you? When you going to call it quits here?
I don't know. I could give it another like 5-10 minutes, honestly, but...
Are there any shout-outs or anything you want to do here?
Since I'm only on TikTok, it's really hard for me to do them, but I can drop them in the chat here. So if you guys, let me share this. So guys, if you do check out Meet Damian, this is his YouTube channel. Go give him a look, give him a sub, give him a touch on the butt. He needs it.
Oh my God. Okay. We got to keep it PG here.
Did it again.
You did it again.
I'm just trying to get to your TikTok page so I could... I'm an idiot. It's in Discord. Hold on. Give me a second.
Let me give a shout out here. I see Kitty Kush is in the YouTube. I see you, Kitty Kush, and then I see Master 8102. Master 1802 it says, I don't think another government shutdown is happening, but who am I? I think it is going to happen, and Porky's of the belief that it's going to happen too. Again, the Democrats are going to try to make a big deal out of what's going on right now, in my opinion.
Unless Trump somehow tacos the government shutdown, there's a high probability. There's one thing about those prediction markets. When you got wealthy people putting their money where their mouth is, they're not wrong often.
Is that what the prediction markets are saying? I haven't even looked at it. What did they say?
Oh yeah, they're at like a 90%. They're like government shutdown coming. So
90%.
I think that's the main sell-off we're seeing right now. It's a news-driven catalyst, which we all know. News-driven catalysts, they never last. They're not fundamental. They don't matter. But in the short term, we see a little bit of pain. So
what I could tell from what I know about government shutdowns, the usual way things go with government shutdowns as far as affecting the markets, it actually is a negative for risk-on assets. It's a negative for stocks. Stocks will bleed off. Crypto will also bleed off because it's risk-on. What actually does well during government shutdowns, from what I've read and heard, is interest rates actually go down because people buy treasuries and they buy bonds because people get scared and they just want to put their money where they know they're going to get, some kind of yield for their investment. So we might see interest rates go down because of that if we get a government shutdown. And that's great because I'm actually in the process of trying to refinance my house. So that would be great.
Hopefully China doesn't ruin that.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Well, I'm actually rooting for more bad news because more bad news would actually cause rates to go down. When we got like the last jobs report and we got the inflation report showing that the economy is doing fine, they're not really losing jobs, and inflation's still a problem, I'm like, damn it! I'm not going to get lower rates. So yeah.
Just look at the hopium. Look at the Afterpay in Klarna, the debt bubble that's building off those. You'll be like, oh no, collapse is coming.
Collapse
It's
is
coming.
So I think what we should do, Porky, is give our bullish and bearish price targets. I'll start with me being the bearish guy here on crypto and Bitcoin. My bearish target for Bitcoin, I think we could at least hit, I believe, like 67K for sure. And then I think, further down, we could probably hit like 40K, which is where Bitcoin started getting liftoff from the Bitcoin ETFs coming into play. I think when we go down to that price, the Bitcoin ETF investors who bought at 40K are going to be like, hey, I'm at break even right now. I'm not going to sell unless we go any lower than this. So there's going to be less selling pressure, I think, at 40K. For my bullish target, I want to see Bitcoin get up above, obviously, the last previous high at 97K, but I think we got to do better than that. I want to see 107K. It was the high back in November of last year. If we can get above 107K, I'll go back to being bullish again on Bitcoin, just like Porky is over here. And I think that also puts us above the 200-day simple moving average, which is another thing that I'm worried about. So we got to get up to like 107K for me to be bullish again on Bitcoin. And I'll give it back to you, Porky.
All right, so my bearish case here. I'm thinking worst case scenario, we go down and touch 80,565 as a double bottom, and then that would end up turning into a beautiful move to the upside. And noted, I'm looking at this from the hidden bullish divergence on the weekly perspective, which would indicate we would see a continuation to the upside. So I'm looking for new all-time highs at any time between end of this year to like May or June of next year. And I'm looking for Bitcoin to get up to 131 to 163,000. So.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's my bullish case.
Hey, I told you I went into cash and USDC and Tether and whatnot, but I think if Bitcoin was to get back up to 107K, I would start buying some crypto again myself. I would actually, try to participate in this rally if we do go up to 160K. But I need to see Bitcoin start doing that. I need to see Bitcoin has a lot of proving, a lot of work to do. Porky, I have a guy here on TikTok, on my TikTok. He says, is Porky buying a dip? Are you going to be buying a dip here, Porky?
The way I invest, I am not currently a buyer of Bitcoin because my average cost right now for per Bitcoin that I have is at 3,900. So I'm just kind of riding that puppy out. As for my altcoins, yes, I'm a buy the dipper right now because the altcoins are sitting in areas in which I love buying. They're sitting at all-time lows. They're sitting at retests of lows. Those are the areas I like to buy in. So, yeah, I'm a technical buy the dipper right now.
I will eventually buy the dip myself. I just think there's some more bleeding to do. And if Bitcoin's going to head down to 60K, that's about a 25% drop from where we are right now. And the altcoins, they'll drop just as much as Bitcoin does, or even worse than that. So, I know it seems kind of crazy to see that some of these altcoins are down 50%, 80%, 90% from where they are right now. But they can also drop another 50, 80, or 90% as well. So that's what I'm worried about with the altcoins here going forward. I know they'll at least drop.
Nobody remembers Luna.
I know they'll at least drop another 25% with Bitcoin if that's what Bitcoin's going to do. So, whatever your favorite altcoin is right now, just picture it like 25% or 30% lower. And that can happen if Bitcoin goes down 25%. So there you go. Believe it or not, it could rock your world. And another thing I would just want to add before we go is this: I feel like we have too many altcoins. I don't know if you ever looked at Pump.Fund's numbers as to how many meme coins they keep pumping out every single day. I feel like that is taking away liquidity and it's getting split up in so many directions, and people are losing focus on the coins that actually do pretty well. Like I think the Solanas, the AVAX, the Ethereums and all that. And I think, retail needs to see how bad a bear market looks like with these BS meme coins and altcoins that don't do crap. And then they're going to see that, Ethereum and Solana don't really take that big of a hit like these other altcoins do. And they're going to be like, you know what, maybe I should have been in Ethereum and XRP and Cardano and all those. like my buddy was telling me before, but I thought I could like, find something that could 100x, I think that's what is going to end up happening is we're going to get a new group of retail investors that are going to find out like how bad these altcoins can get during a bear market.
Oh, they're going to be 18-year-old kids out there running their YouTube streams, talking about it nonstop. It's going to be great. They're like, no, that kid has how many people following him? That's 1,000 new suckers. Ah.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
That's rough.
But anyways, I think we're getting close to ending this live stream. Guys, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow if you're new to the channel here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the TikTok channels here. We're going to try to do some more collab live streams. We're not sure when, but maybe like another Sunday night is when you guys see us do a live stream. I think this is a good time slot for both of us here. And Porky's going to go live again, so you guys got to go check him out. He'll do his technical analysis on the charts a little bit more. You can see why he's as bullish as he is, and he'll give you his bullish thesis. And then if you guys are on the same page as me as far as being bearish on crypto and seeing how far it could go down in price, then you can come check me out on my YouTube and TikTok channel, on the Meet Damian TikTok channel and YouTube channel. And we'll analyze your coins and your stocks, and I'll try to give you the bullish case if you want me to give you a bullish case on your particular stock or crypto. I do more than just crypto. I also do stocks, commodities as well. And Porky does stocks and commodities. He can chart it just like I can, and I think we got a good team match here. And I feel like we had a really good debate here on the bull bear and why we're bullish and why we're bearish here on the Meet Damian and Porky Flounder collab stream here. And I'll let you finish there.
Dropping some wonderful flowers in the chat right now.
Oh, that's
talking about Kyle Dupes and his prediction of XRP going to 62 cents. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah.
Okay, so Porky is normally bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, but if there's any crypto that Porky is bearish on, Porky's definitely bearish. Let me see if I can point it out here. Porky is definitely bearish on XRP. Give them your XRP bearish target.
Oh, my bearish at 589.589. That's what we're looking at. The prophecy is alive and well right now.
You're gonna get a lot of hate mail now. You're gonna get a lot of comments and a lot of hate mail now, Porky. I don't know if you're ready for that.
Hey, Ripple did the greatest thing ever. They fast-tracked it. They decided we're going to make a stable coin that can be used instead of XRP. I was like, good job, Ripple. Proud of you.
So I'm not as bearish on Porky. I'm not as bearish on XRP as Porky is. I think XRP has the XRP army to keep it propped up. I'd be surprised if XRP goes below $1. But if it does go down to $1, I will be right there with Porky saying that, yeah, it's probably going to go to 50 cents as the next target down. Yeah.
I think that might have to be the next collab. Because I am a bear on XRP. However, weird thing, when Ripple IPOs, put me in line first. I'm buying that shit.
Okay. And we got Mark Dutch here says that we all know Porky's right. So there you go. You got another fan here, Porky, on the YouTube live stream. They're liking what you're saying here. They're picking up what you're putting down.
That guy just get his hair done or something. It's looking good. It's looking good.
So yeah, Mark Dutch, don't forget to if you haven't done so already, subscribe to Porky's channel and TikTok if you can. Porky's trying to build up his following on TikTok. If you can go find him there, give him a follow. All right, and then same thing for me, guys. If you guys can give me a a follow, and a subscribe on the Meet Damian channel, that'd be great. But I think that's gonna be it here.
Live later tonight on YouTube. We're gonna give a proper shout out with my normal instruments on YouTube for Damian.
Yeah.
Thanks for the debate. Thanks for the opportunity of the collab. This is awesome. It's amazing. And I do look forward to doing this more often.
And since we figured out how to do this on TikTok, we'll try to actually be a little bit more entertaining and lively, so TikTok doesn't restrict us like they did this stream. I think it could have been a better TikTok stream if they didn't do that to us. But it's all right. We'll take it for what it is.
I felt like a boomer. First time.
Yeah. It's always something new. Hey, you know, at some point it's supposed to make our minds sharp, so maybe we can still, like, you know, remember our names when we're 90 years old.
That's not happening. I'm gonna have all the brain trauma. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. I'll try to be more bullish on my health, you know, more hopeful on my health in my late years than what Porky's doing. But yeah. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give us a like and share it with your friends who are also into stocks and crypto and trying to get that TA. We didn't really do much because we tried to do a chart setup, but we couldn't here. My YouTube guys were able to see some charts here. But, you know, if you go to our regular live streams, we usually pull up the charts and we're looking at the charts. If you guys are into, like, you know, technical analysis, you know, me and Porky are both day traders here. And we're right there with you guys fighting the battle with the longs and the shorts and the bulls and the bears here. So go ahead and definitely follow us here, guys, if you haven't done so already. And I think that's going to be it, Porky.
Everybody. With that, I'm out.
We'll see Porky live streaming later on tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern time on his YouTube channel. All right, guys? Okay, guys, take care.
I'll catch you guys later.
And we'll see you on another live stream. Thank you, guys, for coming on board. And good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you get into. Take care, guys.